Jackson. Good morning, it's Harvey Jackson. We're just going to get through some of the news rhetoric that's out there. Iran ignores Trump rhetoric. You can see here that Iran pours missiles into Israel and mocks Trump's talk of joint control. Missiles trigger air sirens in Tel Aviv. Trump complete and total resolution of hostilities discussed. Iranian officials says Trump using fake news to manipulate markets. Well, global market slam breaks on relief rally. So I think there could be some fake news even from the Iranian sources as well. Other sources of information that I was reading as well. The news media in India definitely don't want to have bending a knee to U.S. as well. So you got to be careful with the information. I'm not saying that that's the fake at all true. Trump does not always give you the best information either, but he definitely does lean into a lot of the direction that he wants as well. But we'll have to see if that's just the case here or not. Russia imposes restrictions on some of the nitrogen fertilizer. They are tight as well, but they are suspending fertilizer shipments. Here's a little bit more fertilizer.
Three of the top 10 global leaders for exports of urea sit behind the Strait of Hormuz. That's Qatar, it's Saudi Arabia, and it's Iran. Those three nations alone, on an annualized basis, export 13.5 million tons. To put this into perspective, 13.5 million tons, if it was all just a U.S. perspective, right? Just to put it in something we can understand, the typical application rate on an acre of corn here is 155 pounds per actual nitrogen. So 1 ton of urea, which has about 920 pounds of nitrogen, can cover about 6 acres. 13.5 million tons that's missing right now because the strait is closed down is equivalent to 81 million acres of corn.
How many acres of corn do we have?
We are using a conservative 93 for this year.
So that's basically all of the corn?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, you think about what that impact would have if the fertilizer wasn't already pretty much in place in the U.S. or in transit. Anyway, India's vegetable oil buyers step back, betting on war-driven rally. I've got a couple charts that kind of show maybe is it really a war-driven rally, or is it just the soybean oil renewable fuel program that's gobbling this up, and other countries are actually chewing this up as well. So Malaysia palm is trading a little bit lower. India palm oil mainly from Indonesia, Malaysia, and soy oil and sunflower oil from Brazil, Russia, and Ukraine. But they're also stating that the supplies from India's new season rapeseed will start arriving right away as well. So do you need to go and buy if you've got stuff that are just going to show up as well? Here's an interesting article as well.
Many different agencies, boards, commissions, and processes that could bottleneck approval of a major project. Their major project office acts as a bit of an overlay. So when you get something into the major projects office and you say this is approved in principle, that sets the clock on a 2-year time frame where all of those agencies have to work together to get everything in place to get that to the final investment decision and approval. And we're going through something quite similar at the provincial level because we've got the same issue with multiple different agencies, boards, and commissions.
Let's have a quick look at the weather. Just back to Daniel Smith there. I think they can get rid of a lot of bureaucracy by having a little bit more AI go through some stuff. Not to say that AI is correct at all, but yeah, you don't need to have more people because you already have too many delays with bureaucracy anyway. You can see active weather for this this next week, but there's this cold that is a potential issue as well. And here you can see it actually just play through. It's cold to the north. It's no wonder that you don't grow a whole lot of winter crops up here. So if that does come to fruition, there's very likely going to be some more maybe some more angst in the wheat if it does get that cold, that's for sure. So you can see the active weather going across northern plains. It's not a whole lot of moisture, that's for sure. Ice cover. The red line is your average, and the black is the ice cover percentage. So you can see here that you're at 20%, and where it is, it's all in the shallower waters where you need to get boats through in the lock system. Here's just a visual of the two put together, but just in dark, of course. So you got 20%, and just a graphic of your your ice cover down here as well, and where it is on the map. So it's not opening up anytime soon. The Great Lakes, I mean. So as I look at this right now, you got canola down 510 at 714. New crop is down at 590 at 720. July is at 727, down 520 as well. Soybean oil is down 49 or almost a half a cent at 65.09. Palm oil is down 77 ringgits at 4,542. Crude oil is down or up actually from yesterday's big pullback, $2.29 at $90.42. The Brent is just up $1.53 at 101.47, and U.S. diesel fuel is at 4.23, up 17 and 2/3 of a cent. Soybeans are down 3.5. Spring wheat is up 4, and your other wheats are up 3.5 to 2.5. Milling wheat is down. Canadian dollar is just slightly down as well. Corn is up 1 3/4 here. So you can see here that canola is trading above on the November. On the other nearby months, it's actually trading right on that trend line. So if it breaks that trend line, potential another reason to sell. Here's your European canola trading down yesterday and today. Soybean oil futures right on the line as well. So you could probably say that this is a pendant flag. So it's just what we're going to move that way or that way, depending on the news when we get the Oval Office or the Fed speak about the renewable fuels. Soybean futures respecting that previous high that got made there. Crude palm oil. So this is mentioned before. Crude futures. So you had a long down day, but we're back up. So we'll see if this week we'll trade with any differences, because we have a 5-day kind of a truce from the 48-hour call out there. Brent up as well, and your diesel fuel futures is the one that's really taken off here. And you can see if you go back to right here, we do have a let's call it 10-13% increase in your soybean oil. Actually has your highest increase, but then you got your crude oil and your diesel fuel that went the highest now. So how much are we actually following that? We are getting pulled in that direction, but it's not as much as you might think. African bunkering hubs gain as ships reroute around the Cape. So they're avoiding going through this area here at all, and they're going around. But one of the other stories that I had been following is just the just getting bunker fuel and being able to fill the ships. So the South African nations are definitely getting some advantage now that they're going around the Cape. Here's your Canadian dollar. That's went broke below that pivot point extension, and now kind of trading sideways, but it's still going down. And the U.S. dollar is going down. How often does that go continue? So we'll have to see how that plays out. Your gold futures actually touched the 200-day moving average yesterday, so it's pretty deep fall down. Same thing with the silver, pretty big pullback here at $70 per ounce here. Quick look at wheat. So you can say that we're kind of building, going sideways here on the red spring wheat. Still for guys in the north and north east Saskatchewan here, they're still looking at $8 targets in those areas for springtime delivery. I know you can get that in other areas, but still, let's just put those targets in there. Let them grain companies come to you. Kansas. Still getting supported on that line, but then you would say Chicago, you definitely broke, but still above that 200-day moving average. It's important to follow here. The European MATIF actually traded below and traded on. Now we're still just trading below it just slightly. So the JRS Mars report came out, and if we're just looking at the whole here, you would say wheat, you're down 5 million tons per hectare from where you were before last year, and because last year was an exceptional year, and the same thing with the rapeseed is down 3. Now, when the news will, or when the market will accept that news, I don't know. Here's your corn futures trading on the trend line, still going up. Oat futures falling apart. Just for how long is the wonder? But anyway, we'll have a look at. Wait till tomorrow now.